I'm Jessica Lanthorne. I'm doing my speech for my public speaking class, and this topic is my formative speech that I have to do. So, do I need to turn that up? Do I need to turn that up?
Not yet. Let's see.
Okay. The first goodbye. I'm sure you'll figure out what my topic is as soon as I play.
Listen, Susan, please. I've double locked the doors. You can't get in. Now move back, child, when I can see you. During all the years, I've been taking care of you. You in return have been taking care of me.
That's not my deal with you.
Not any longer, Susan. You're still my grandchild, and always will be. But now, you're a woman too. I want you to belong somewhere, to have roots of your own. With David, you'll be able to find them. Live normally like any woman should do. Believe me, my dear, your future lies with David, and not with a silly old butler like me. One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs, and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine. Goodbye, Susan. Goodbye, my dear.
I'll be talking about Doctor Who, the beginning. The Doctor is an alien from the planet Gallifrey who travels around planets, helping others alongside his companions who help him all along the way. That's the Doctor, William Hartnell. According to Entertainment Weekly and the TARDIS Data Core, Doctor Who began his journey in 1963. First Doctor was the actor William Hartnell. That's him. And according to also Entertainment Weekly and his Wikipedia page, William Hartnell, at the age of 55, was the first Doctor in Doctor Who. And that's him as the Doctor. And Doctor Who is the longest running science fiction show in the history of science fiction. And William Hartnell, as the first and original incarnation of the Doctor, has shaped the way Doctor Who is presented today. And the Doctor and his companions travel in what's called its TARDIS, which stands for Time and Relative Dimensions in Space. Like I said, Doctor Who made its televised debut in 1963, and it's in a 4-part serial called The Unearthly Child, which features his granddaughter and the Doctor's origins. And that's the Doctor Who theme song. And Doctor Who is a franchise of the BBC, which has also created modern day shows like Sherlock, which is a modern day version of course, Sherlock Holmes, and Merlin, which is like Merlin from Arthur in the Round Table. And there are many who created, or who are credited in the creation of Doctor Who, but the Doctor and the title and the concept of Doctor Who itself was created by Sidney Newman, who also created the Avengers. Not to be mistaken with Marvel's Avengers, but it was a British spy show that was very popular. Okay. And of course, as you can hear, with any good cinematic presentation, you must always have music to set the moods. and in the atmosphere. John Grainer and Delia Derbyshire created the atmosphere for Doctor Who, as you can hear, as the theme tune of Doctor Who in 63. And originally, the belief of Doctor Who was that it was not going to succeed, which a lot of people had little faith in it as a TV show. But William Hartnell, who plays the first Doctor, ended up having a lot of faith in it as he realized that he has created his grandchildren deeply loved the show, and it brought him together with his grandchildren as it was supposed to be a children's television show. And so he continued to believe in the project. As his health began to deteriorate, he was unable to remember his lines, so they had to get rid of him as the Doctor. So in 1966, he took his leave from Doctor Who as the first Doctor. But with him leaving, how are they supposed to continue the show, as they hadn't come up with a solution yet? But William Hartnell chose Patrick Troughton to take his place in Doctor Who, which would be his regeneration. So they created the solution to regenerate the Doctor into another person. So he became the second Doctor.
Let me get this straight. A thing that looks like a police box standing in a junkyard. It can move anywhere in time and space. That is ridiculous.
Have you ever thought what it's like when you wander into the full timid? Shoot an eye on one up one room without friends or protection. One day, would you get me?
Why didn't you tell us that?
I don't discuss my private life with strangers.
It was a police telegraph box. I walked all around it. Marvelous story.
It's like it's been going. Philomena can maybe type the combination of time and magnetic convention and space.
Now, when we go out of that door, we won't be in a junkyard in London. We'll be in the year 1963.
That is quite correct.
Doctor Who. If we knew his name, we might have a clue to all this.
This is the police box. Why hasn't it changed? Dear, dear. How very disturbing.
And that was the first cinematic trailer for the very first episode of Doctor Who, An Unearthly Child. As I said before, William Hartnell is the oldest man to become the Doctor at the age of 55. But his Doctor is actually the youngest Doctor. Matt Smith, at the age of 26, is the youngest man to play the Doctor, but he's actually the oldest Doctor. Regeneration is a huge topic in Doctor Who, as I've mentioned before. Regeneration is when this man turns into this man. And in the Doctor Who community, we're called Whovians. Regeneration, in addition to fans, BBC support merchandise and storylines is what have kept Doctor Who alive throughout the 50 plus years that it's been out. New Who versus Classic Who is when Doctor Who had taken a break in 1989. And that was when the show was on its 7th Doctor, which is Sylvester McCoy. BBC created a TV special in 1996, which this time was Paul McCann who was playing the 8th Doctor, but he was the only Doctor who was only in Doctor Who once. And finally, in 2005, the television show Doctor Who was reimagined with all new characters and the 9th incarnation of the Doctor, which was played by Christopher Eccleston. And the initial reaction has been great, as it created a larger fan base with new generations of people. So you have the old Doctor Who fans, which are the classic, and then you have the new Who fans, which are the newer Doctor Who fans. And that's Christopher Eccleston as the 9th Doctor, and his companion Rose Tyler, which is Billie Piper. Oh. Sorry. As I said, Doctor Who's had a very big impact in the world. Okay. There have been references all over television shows referencing to Doctor Who. Rugrats, The Big Bang Theory, The Simpsons, Family Guy, and of course Criminal Minds. There have been books, magazines, comic books, and audio dramas created for the television show. And on November 23rd, 2013 was renamed the Day of the Doctor in reference to the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who. On this day, the film was filmed not only in 2D but 3D, and it was broadcast in 75 different countries and about 700 cinemas worldwide. 2.9 million people tuned in to see the show. It was the most watched television special in the history of the BBC. The next order of business for the Whovians after the 50th anniversary special was the Christmas special, which is always something that we look forward to every year. After that happened, the announcement of the new Doctor was the most anticipated thing for Whovians. Over 110 million people stayed up, or, whatever. Stayed up, woke up to view who the new Doctor was going to be. And the new Doctor turned out to be Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor. He was actually in Doctor Who episodes before, so he wasn't exactly a new face. And this is Matt Smith regenerating into Peter Capaldi. Or not. Doctor Who returns on August 2014. Thank you for watching. Now, the question and answers. Who wants to do a question?
I have my own questions. Do I have to ask your questions?
It depends.
You're on video now.
Oh. Okay.
You better just do them fast. I'll
Has
ask one.
yep. Has Doctor Who ever been a movie? Is it only a TV series?
It has been a movie. The one time they made a movie of it was when Paul, like I told you, the 8th Doctor only got one movie, and that was his only appearance. But they have recently recreated William Hartnell's journey through Doctor Who, and it's called An Adventure in Space and Time, which I want to see very badly.
You have one more question.
Uh-huh.
I just lost my question.
Oh my gosh.
That's me.
Go ahead, Patricia. Did you have one for me? I'll ask you again in a minute. It'll come back to me.
There's 3 cards. Did you just pick one? Oh wait, I think 1 minute.
It came back to me. I got it.
That's what her question's on.
How do they turn into the Doctor? I mean, is it a serum, or do they go into a room, or like the Incredible Hulk? It was something that was injected. So how do they turn into the Doctor?
Well, a lot of times the Doctor is like attacked, or he is about to die. Therefore, it's like a defense mechanism, and he just regenerates into another person.
So does he jump into their body? Is that what you're saying?
No, he just,
So it's not like a spirit going into it?
like you saw with Matt Smith, it looked like he like sneezed, and he turned into Peter Capaldi. That's just how it happens. It just like, and the 10th Doctor, when he regenerated into the one you saw, Matt Smith, he was engulfed, like, and then he went, and then he regenerated into Matt Smith. Or his new form. You're welcome. One more question?
Who is your favorite Doctor?
My favorite Doctor, I have actually 3. I had the first Doctor, of course. I mean, I did the whole thing on William Hartnell. And the 9th Doctor, which of course you saw pictures of Christopher Eccleston. And the 4th Doctor, which you saw at the very end with him smiling after I said thank you for watching.
What was his name?
Tom Baker.
Okay.
And he was the 4th Doctor. And I have the scarf that he wears. Thank you.